Good afternoon. I'm here today with dozens, as you can see, dozens of the Orthodox Jewish community's most prominent leaders to endorse Lew Fidler for New York State Senate. And today, I'm not only endorsing Lew, I'm also endorsing his 5-point plan to help yeshiva parents, which I know is the best plan to reduce the cost of tuition for hundreds of thousands of Orthodox families throughout New York. Lew Fidler represents a district that is less than 2% Orthodox, okay? So just think about this. 98% of his district is not Orthodox, and he spends the bulk of his time fighting for the Orthodox community because that's the kind of person that literally thousands of children in our community who have paid jobs every single summer who aren't hanging out thanks to Lew Fidler. But Rabbi side, folks, it's not just about money, it's about standing up for what's right. Lew Fidler started his career in public service as a volunteer lawyer for the Crown Heights Jewish Community Council. He fought with them as a volunteer, as a lawyer, side by side during the riots to make sure that those people who were responsible would be arrested and would be brought to justice. We are grateful for the things that Lew Fidler has done for us. So Lew, we say thank you for everything that you've done for us, but I also want to thank you for I know what you will do for us in the state Senate. For years, we've had empty promises. Politicians say, we'll do this, we'll do that. We call them chaloimus. Chaloimus are fantasies, right? They have no plan, they have no real idea. Lew impressed me on this. He sat down, he did the research, he called me, he called the smartest people that he knows, and he came up with a comprehensive 5-point plan that everyone agrees. I don't care which side of the aisle you're on, everyone agrees that he has a plan that will make a real difference in the lives of hundreds of thousands of yeshiva. But Lew knows that up in Albany he can get it done, and he's proposing to get it done. And finally, something that very few people know, and I was actually amazed when Lew came to me with this, which shows that he really took the time and the foresight and the energy, and that is that right now the state has mandates. The state requires yeshivas to do certain things, but unfortunately, the state doesn't pay for it. Altogether, we're talking $350 million that's owed to private schools, including yeshivas in New York State. And Lew Fidler came to me and said, this is going to be one of my top priorities. That's what Lew Fidler is all about. Come on, let's hear it for Lew Fidler. And that's why we're here today supporting him. And we know when Lew says he's going to fight for us, he will. Because Lew Fidler has always fought for us, and he will continue to do so for us for many years in the New York State Senate. Thank you. We have Reb Sandy Rappaport, Masbia. Everybody knows Masbia. You need a meal, where do you go? You go to Masbia. We know, we trust Lew. If you trust us that Lew is the person. He's the best person to fight for the Frum community in the New York State Senate. And so, I'm going to ask a few people to come up here and speak, and we're going to ask them to be brief, a little briefer than me, preferably. And we are going to start, of course, with one of the most esteemed Rabbanim that we have in our community, Rabbi Rabag.
I'll be very brief. All I have to say is one thing. Lew Fidler is one of ours.
Well, I will just tell you that I don't know Lew Fidler personally, but I've heard a lot of good things about him from my friend Chaim.
These same kids would have been roaming the streets over here. And we have one person to thank, Lew Fidler.
As an official religious institution, we can't officially endorse a candidate, but one thing I want to say is when you go to the polls,
he's helped us. We can help him help us further.
Rabbi, but thanks for the compliment. I think it was a compliment.
You need a microphone? I have, as the councilman from Borough Park, I have the ability to give smicha.
Folks, I don't know Lew Fidler, but I do know David.
I am not talking on behalf of my particular shul, Kahal B'nai Matisyahu, because I would be in violation of certain rules, but exactly, no, IRS rules, yes. But I'm talking on behalf of citizens in the community.
I think you'll all be happy to know that I'll be speaking in English, not like the previous speaker.
No one forced me to endorse Lew Fidler, and no one told me to endorse Lew Fidler. And it definitely wasn't the Democratic political club that twisted my arm and asked me to endorse Lew Fidler, right? But I just want to
have the endorsement of my colleague David Greenfield. And I know David doesn't give his endorsements out lightly. He's taken a pass every now and then. That he would weigh in this race to support me. I am so ever grateful to him and to all of you. So let me start with that. And this is a mitzvah that I will always be very, very proud of. You know, anybody can slap a yarmulke on their head in your campaign time and tell you that they're from, tell you that they share your values, tell you that they'll work for you. But it's always been said, the best way to know where somebody is going is to know where they've been. If you've listened to the folks that have talked before, you know. What I've done my entire life has been from my heart and from my Jewish soul. So instead of listening to all these attacks on people's character and all the other chazarai and nonsense, I ask you to think about it. Think about it. Think about where I've been. Think about who I've been. Thinking about what I've done. And know that going forward in the future, I will be the guy who can get it done for you. I need your help on March 20th. I need this community to come out in big numbers to vote for me, to elect me to be your state senator. And if you do, on March 21st, I will hit the ground running, working for this community to make it, to keep it, to get it even better than it is today. Thank you so much for all your support.